Welcome to this walkthrough on how to fill the GB Partner Budget template for virtual orientation. In this first video, we'll cover two main sections: the general information at the top of the sheet and the first budget line item. Event 2.4.1 Project Kickoff Meeting with Government Authorities. By the end, you'll know exactly what to fill in, where to find each field, and what not to change. Let's start at the top of the sheet. You'll notice several fields already filled in. These are preset by DOT and should not be edited. For example, the round is indicated as Round 3. The round start date is December 19th, 2025, and the round end date is December 15th, 2026. You'll also see the YL target, which stands for Youth Leaders Target. Here it's 30 youth leaders, and the Youth Peer Target, which represents how many young people each leader will reach. Here it's 2,250 youth at an average of 75 youth peers per each youth leader. These figures help keep your budget aligned with your program's scale and expected reach. The currency is displayed as USD, but remember, you will always enter your costs in local currency. Then, the data will be automatically converted into USD. If your organization name or country fields are blank, please fill those in, but do not edit the other pre-filled details at the top. Now, scroll down to the budget table. This is where you'll enter your actual costs. Each row represents a specific activity or expense item. The columns show unit description, unit type, number of units, unit cost, local currency, frequency, the automatically calculated total cost, local currency, and the total cost breakdown, USD. To the right, you'll also see notes and a monthly breakdown where you'll plan when the costs occur. Cells that are gray and have the bolded information should not be changed. Those contain reference data. Now let's take a closer look at Event 2.4.1. Project Kickoff Meeting with Government. This event marks the formal launch of your project with key government stakeholders. You'll see that several expense lines are already listed under this event. These are the standard allowable cost categories. Now, look at cell D12, which shows the number 30. This figure represents the ceiling for this event. You should plan and divide your unit costs based on this ceiling and not exceed it. Then, look at cell H12, where you'll see a total cost of $1,800. This amount is the total cost ceiling for this event. Partners should stay within this total. You can divide the $1,800 across the different units, such as refreshments, transport, and other costs, but the combined total must not exceed $1,800. Think of this as the spending limit for the entire kickoff event. Now let's go through the 4 sample lines under this event. First, meals and other costs for staff. The unit type is people. Enter the number of staff, for example, 3 key staff members for the project. In unit cost, local currency, type the cost per person in your local currency. Under frequency, indicate how many times this expense will occur. Here, it's limited to 3 visits for the whole contract period. The sheet will automatically calculate the total cost. Second, refreshments. The unit type is participants, and in this case, the number of units is 30 maximum per visit. Enter the unit cost per participant in your local currency, and again, the frequency is limited to 3. The total will update automatically. Third, transport refund, government officials. The unit type is government officials. There are 10 maximum officials in this example. You'll enter the cost per official in your local currency that will cater for their transport and allowance if need be, and fill in the frequency. Again, 3. Finally, transport refund for staff. This includes travel or fuel costs for your team in case of travel outside the region. But if you have to meet the government officials in your region, then there is no budgeting for the same. Fill in the number of staff, the unit cost, and the frequency. Next, move to the monthly breakdown columns on the right. Here's where you record when you expect to spend the money. If your kickoff meeting happens in February 2026, place the total amount for this event under the February column. If you're spreading it across multiple months, divide the cost accordingly. Be sure that the sum of all monthly entries equals the total cost for the event. Finally, don't forget the notes column. Use it to briefly explain your assumptions. For example, how you calculated participant numbers or transport rates. Clear notes help reviewers understand your logic and speed up the approval process. Before you finish, review your work. All unit costs are entered in local currency. Your monthly totals match the event total, and you've stayed within the $1,800 ceiling for this activity. And that's it! You've now completed the top section and filled out Event 2.4.1, Project Kickoff Meeting with the Government. In the next video, we'll move on to the Youth Leader training activities and how to budget for them correctly.